Thanks, Sandra. Well, the magic of the South Carolina Ballet hitting the stage for their final show of the season this weekend at the Koger Center. Artistic Director William Starrett is here to share more about this beautiful show. You know, William, I know that you guys have had an amazing season, but when I saw Giselle on the list, this is one of the ballets that I'm not too versed with. So can you tell us more about this love story?
Yes, it's really, really beautiful. It's from the Romantic era. So that's before Sleeping Beauty or Swan Lake or the Nutcracker. So it's called the White Ballet, and it's one of the first ballets that pointers were invented for. So it's very ethereal and airy. And the story is that the prince is kind of bored, and he ventures into the village, and he falls in love with Giselle. And they love each other, and they're having, you know, he has a disguise, and he keeps coming into the village, and they have a great time. But he's really engaged to Bathilde, the princess, a duke. And so Giselle finds out, and she has a weak heart. She's not supposed to dance, and then she dies of a broken heart. So Albrecht breaks her heart. And so you know that saying, it gives me the willies? Well, in the second act, all women who have been jilted before marriage and their hearts have been broken, they roam the earth in the forest, and they find men that wander into the forest, and they dance them to death.
Oh, wow.
And so Hilarion was the one that Giselle's mother loved and wanted Hilarion to marry Giselle, but Giselle fell for Albrecht. And so first of all, the willies throw Hilarion over a cliff, and then they're going to dance Albrecht to death.
This is a mixture of heartbreak, tragedy, movement. I mean, already just by your synopsis, I'm getting so much, and I can only imagine how beautiful it's going to be on the stage. Talk about rehearsals. How has that been for you all?
The rehearsals are incredible, and Claire Rapp is our ballerina, and she was so incredible in her dramatics in Romeo and Juliet that I wanted her to be able to portray Giselle. And she's with Joshua Van Dyke again, who is his Romeo, and they're perfect for the part. It's so romantic. It's probably, don't tell anyone, because I always have to say the ballet we're doing at the moment, but this is my favorite ballet.
Okay.
It is so beautiful. It's so ethereal, and it's classic, and few ballet companies our size gets to do this. Like Charlotte doesn't have Giselle, Atlanta doesn't have Giselle, so you don't have to go to New York to get to see Giselle. You get to see it right here in Columbia.
Right here in South Carolina. And William, you know, you always put your own little sparkle and flair on every single production that you do.
Yes.
So what can audiences look forward to with this one?
Well, in the real production, they just kind of throw Hilarion over to the side, but I throw him off a cliff.
Oh, special effects.
Yes, and then, you know, some of the old romantic ballets, they repeat the same step 4 times. But in Desart, we don't have the patience. We don't want to watch the same step 4 times. So I don't change the classic step, but I embellish it, and it builds, and it's a little bit different. So you have to build the classics for today's audience. They're not going to sit there and watch the same step 4 times. So I make it really interesting that it's a classic. I don't change the steps, but I make it a little bit more interesting for the viewer. And so you get the incredible classic performance, but it's augmented for today's attention span.
Absolutely. Something with a little twist, still keeping the classic, but just putting a little sparkle, a little Starrett sparkle on it.
That's right. Starrett sparkle is so beautiful. It's so romantic. It's just gorgeous. And you know, the women, the Willies have power, powerful women.
Yes.
You know, so that is kind of speaks for today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, some of it that maybe Albrecht was destined, prearranged marriage, you know, but he should have told Giselle. He didn't tell her. And he had an alias. His name was Lois. When he's in the village, everyone calls him Lois. They think he's a different character. So it's a really deep story, and it's evolved over 184 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So you know something that's lasted and is so appreciated 184 years later, there's something to it. It is so, the music is gorgeous. It's just an incredible ballet. All the dancers love being a part of it because it's historic. It's like something you just want to experience in your life. Absolutely.
And I don't want to give too much away. This is the final show of the season, but do you guys have anything kind of brainstormed for next season already?
Yes. Well, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Mendelssohn created it 200 years ago. So we're celebrating the 200th anniversary of Mendelssohn's score. Plus, it's our 65th anniversary. Yay! So we're celebrating the whole year, 65 years of continuous serving the Midlands. And so it's really, really exciting. You know, the birthstone for 65 years is a sapphire. So we're calling it the Sapphire Anniversary Season.
Absolutely. Cannot wait, my friend. Thank you again so much for stopping by to tell us about this beautiful ballet. Again, you have your chance to see Giselle this weekend, Saturday, March 22nd at the Koger Center. Showtime is 5:30. There's also a pre-show reception happening at 4 p.m. There's details on that on the South Carolina Ballet website, and you can find your tickets for the ballet at KogerCenterfortheArts.com. William, always a pleasure, my friend.
Thanks, Dan.
Best of luck with this beautiful ballet.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We got more Midday coming up after this.